practice number 4, Monday.
What do you want to get done?
Supposed to be 68 degrees today.
Yeah. What did you learn the first week?
That we're getting better fundamentally because we're committed to it. That's the biggest thing. Number 2, there's a want to. We know what to do, kind of know how to do it. We don't understand fully why we're doing it that way, and that's the next step. And this week should help us gain ground towards that goal. But the care factor is high, the want to is high. And then we also have to understand that sometimes we just have to just keep going. You know, that motivation's got to come from within. And, you know, obviously we do a good job motivating our guys out there too. But I think those are things that we're understanding, and what we hammered home the other day about turnovers, right? I think special teams is another aspect that we've added to one of the priorities of this this spring session, and we're spending an extraordinary amount of time on special teams, both in meetings and on the football field. So it's been a strong start so far. Got to have a great day today.
What do you want to get done these last couple days before the break?
We want to add a couple of more schemes to our install. We want to at least be 80 to 90% fully installed by the end of Wednesday's practice. Sorry. If that's the case, we could come back right after spring break and we could reinstall for 5 or 6 days and in essence have installed the entire offense and defense twice through. If we do that, we have the entire summer to do it again, maybe once, and by the time fall camp rolls around, they would have seen everything 3 times. And that's the type of repetition that we want.
Coach, you've had a chance to look back at those first 3 days.
Yes.
What's been pleasant surprises to you from those first 3 sessions?
The way we're moving around. I think we bend better. I think we come out of our hips better. I think the understanding of hat position, hand placement, footwork, eye discipline on both sides of the ball has improved. Our pad level's got to get better, and we play very upright. Okay, and part of that is, you know, going from a 400-pound squatter to a 600-pound squatter. You know, being a 270-pound power cleaner, become a 320-pound power cleaner, and then just living in that position, being comfortable in uncomfortable position. But as you can see, I mean, every single day we're starting with a turnover drill. We're starting with a tackling drill. We're starting with the things that football are about: blocking, tackling, throwing, catching, right? So we're making that a huge point of emphasis, and I think it is showing. It's showing up in bits and pieces, but the excitement around it, when it does show, is pretty high. So we're able to show those examples, coach off of that, and just keep bringing positive energy. All we have time to do is coach, teach, and push. We don't have time for any negativity or any nonsense.
A couple guys have said that you guys watch film on New England. You mentioned it as well every day. What are the specific things you're showing them to, I guess, replicate?
I think it's important to point out that sometimes it's misinterpreted that the pros kind of take it easy because they're pros. And there's a team that has gone on a run that's never been done before, but yet every single day to start practice, they're working a turnover drill, a tackling drill, and it's live bullets now. Okay, there's no holding back, there's no taking it easy because it's a 10-year veteran. They're getting after each other, understanding that iron sharpens iron, and that's the only way they can get better. And so they're committed to that process. Those are the types of processes that I've been used to implementing, and what we've implemented here now, and I think it'll pay major dividends as long as we keep working at it. It's, without a doubt. Without a doubt. You know, if that's, at the end of the day, we talk about a lot of little aspects to it, but the most important thing we have to do is establish a culture that does not tolerate anything less but your best. And that's catchy now. You know, you develop an intolerance for anything that's not positive, you become a pretty strong locker room, you know, both from a coaching staff standpoint and a player staff standpoint. And that's been, boom, what we've been hammering home all the time.
Coach, what's the main emphasis on today's practice?
Well, today we're going to continue working along the lines of inside run drills where we're working 7-on-7. We're going to transition to, I would say, what we call nickel force drill, and try to play some loose plays both on offense and defense, getting the ball in the perimeter in terms of bubbles, screens, outside runs, defending that, having safeties run the alley and play support. And then we're going to come together again, we're going to work blitz drill. So we're going to try to test every protection and every run against our pressures. And once that's done, we are going to go just play the team. We're just going to play the game, put the ball down, play the game, and let's see our guys play situational football as it happens, as opposed to just creating it. Now, along the way, we will have a tempo period, about a 10-play rack, where there are no substitutions, and we get used to calling it, defending it. And we're also going to have little old school, we used to call it hamburger drill, Oklahoma drills. We'll start practicing some of that stuff. So hopefully you guys get a little treat and get your Monday morning started right.
Mario, what's your method for letting players know where they stand within kind of that evaluation?
Straight up honesty. There's no agenda. We don't pull punches. Please understand, I was raised the right way, right DNA. Always believe in confronting and demanding and being honest. We have that understanding with our players, and that can never be broken. That can never be violated. You violate that, you violate trust. We need to get back to reality. You know what I mean? Noise and hype that doesn't help us get better is irrelevant to us right now. We got to get to the nuts and bolts and the basics of being a good football team, loving each other, respecting each other, and pounding away at making sure we get good at playing and executing football.
I was talking to a player who was a walk-on for you at FIU, and he was just saying that you gave him like a sheet of, if you want to get any playing time, here's all the things that you're going to have to do.
Yes.
How do you kind of go about that approach with especially kind of guys that are, you might not know where they land on getting that sort of feedback from a coach?
No, but that's part of our process. At the end of spring, not that we're qualified doctors, we are football type of doctors. At the end of spring, every position coach meets with their position players. I meet with every single player. And from an academic standpoint, a strength and conditioning standpoint, an off-the-field standpoint, and a football standpoint, we give them an evaluation. We meet with them, tell them where they are, and we, in essence, write a prescription. These are the positive, these are the things we have to work on, and this is what we're going to do to get better at those things we're not good at right now. And that way there's direct feedback. There is a plan, and now we can execute that plan. You've got a tangible, concrete kind of plan that we can sink our teeth into and get after it and get better.
How much did
You guys want one? We've been about time. Change your life, man, I'm telling you.
How much did George Moore take advantage of last year, being able to kind of watch Crosby and develop?
You can't have a better mentor than Terrell Crosby. Well, he's actually still on our message group. Our message, what's that called, your thread? Is when you get the offensive line, and send out all the motivational stuff, meeting times, everything else. So it's kind of neat every now and then. Crosby's little message will pop up. Love you guys. Wish I was there. I wish you were here too, man. So it's invaluable when you have a mentor like that, a guy that led by example, a guy that just was consistent, did it on a daily basis. And I think you know how I feel about Terrell. It can't get a better example for our team at any position than what he is for us in this program.
What do you think George's prescription will be to take advantage of his physical talent?
The first thing was he needed the weight room. He needed to develop from a strength and conditioning standpoint, more core strength, balance and body control, hip and ankle flexibility. He's done that. He moves a heck of a lot better now than he did before. Second, he needed to really own the playbook. Not just kind of know what to do, but own the playbook. Be a master of your craft. What to do, how to do it, why to do it that way, and what the defense is doing, so that he could have more eye discipline. The old school, see a little, see a lot mentality. Those two things were paramount. And then third was playing with more effort, which he has certainly come a long, long way. And he's in better shape, so it's a little bit easier for him.
What are your thoughts on Tanner Crew and his what he did in this postseason?
Awesome. He was here. He popped in yesterday, and he's certainly excited for Pro Day coming up. He did a great job at the Combine. Looking forward to watching him play a long, long time. And again, another great example for our guys. He's awesome.
The offensive line's kind of your baby. Can you give us an idea about how they're doing?
We've got a couple of vets on there, and we're mixing and matching some positions. You've seen Throckmorton taking a lot of reps at center. Very versatile player. And with Jake nursing a minor injury for the first part of spring, it's critical that we develop a second and third center. And not only Throckmorton, but also Alex Forsyth. Ryan Walker's done a great job as well. We'll certainly try a freshman in there also. What they have is a tremendous amount of pride, a high achieving attitude in everything that they do, their approach to the game. It's a really, really unique room. These guys are really special and unique as to how they approach the game and how they hang out with each other. The message to them is you're an older group, it's time to get a little bit uncomfortable, and you got to start affecting your teammates. It's not just about the room anymore. You've established that. You're tight, you work hard, you do things together. Now start taking that next step and affect your teammates. Because for us to be good, the big guys have to be the guys that are the hammer. They've got to be the guys that set the tone. They've got to be the guys that hammer away at the directives and the philosophy and the vision of what we're trying to accomplish. And I think they're ready for that. They're ready for that.
With Coach Mirabal, have you seen the players kind of take to him and his teachings here early on?
I think Coach Mirabal's done an awesome job. I think you're going to see that the coaches that we have out there are true professionals. Every single one of them is really working their tails off to make sure that our players understand that we're going to teach. we're going to teach and coach, teach and coach, teach and coach. And when it doesn't go right, we're going to keep teaching it and just use the mother of all learning, the repetition, to get it right. And Coach Mirabal has done an outstanding job. I coach the O-line. Coach helps me there with the guards and centers, and he does a great job when I got to go take care of something else. So does Coach Woodle. So we've got 3 sets of eyes on those guys, and you need to, because you have 16 players there. They need it. It warrants that kind of attention.